Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Unqualified Opinions. I'm Marko, and on today's video, I'll be discussing how the Jamal Murray injury will impact the remainder of the Denver Nuggets regular season, their playoff hopes, and Jokic's MVP chances, as well as Jamal Murray's timetable for his return to action. But before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your own unqualified opinions in the comment section down below. Alright, so let's jump right in and discuss how this injury was suffered. So with just a minute remaining in the Nuggets' close game against the Warriors last week, Jamal Murray was driving to the basket, trying to cut between two defenders, and he tore his ACL. Despite the fact that he was trying to go between two defenders, it was a relatively non-contact injury, and of course, you hate to see something like this with a great up-and-coming player in the NBA, especially on a team that's so young and full of possibilities that the Denver Nuggets are. So it's just really unfortunate to see this, especially at this point in the season when Denver was really picking up steam after the Aaron Gordon trade, and they were winning a lot of games in a row. They were on a really hot streak. So obviously, this is really unfortunate timing for the Denver Nuggets. And of course, the impact on the rest of their season cannot be understated. The Nuggets are currently fourth in the Western Conference. They're 3 games back of the Los Angeles Clippers, 1 game ahead of the Lakers. Of course, I don't think this is anything to worry about. The Clippers are on a really hot streak right now, so I don't believe the Nuggets will catch them for the 3rd seed. And the Lakers are still missing LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Meanwhile, the Nuggets have the 12th easiest schedule remaining, so even without Jamal Murray, I think they can fend off the Lakers and, of course, the Trailblazers and Mavericks, who are behind the Lakers. And the Nuggets will remain in the 4th seed headed into the playoffs. Now, then moving into looking at this injury's impact on their playoff hopes and their title hopes, honestly, I think the Nuggets were good enough to be considered a title contender in my eyes. I would have even maybe picked them to win the NBA championship, but not anymore. Obviously, their chances of winning the title are relatively low. Even their chances of advancing in the playoffs are relatively low, especially if they draw the Lakers in the first round, if LA can hold on to the 5th seed. So the Nuggets have an uphill battle ahead of them, not just to stay in their current playoff seeding, but when looking at their potential playoff and title hopes, I wouldn't say that it's a guarantee that they'd be a first-round exit against the Lakers without Jamal Murray, but it would be an extremely difficult first round of the playoffs. Now, shifting to look at Nikola Jokic's MVP candidacy, I have him as my current favorite, and unless things change, I see him winning the MVP. Now, I know LeBron has fallen out of favor due to the amount of time he spent injured, but Steph Curry and Joel Embiid are currently picking up a lot of steam right now, but I just think with the amount of games that they've missed and the way they played oftentimes earlier in the season, I think Jokic had a more thorough campaign, and I think even without Jamal Murray, the team can hold on to the 4th seed, and Jokic's numbers will actually grow, obviously, to fill the void that Murray will leave in the offense. So I still think that Jokic will win the MVP. However, there's a couple guys, again, behind him, Steph Curry, and especially Joel Embiid, picking up, like I said, a lot of steam. In my eyes, I think Nikola Jokic will still be the MVP despite the injury to Jamal Murray. So lastly, let's look at Jamal Murray's prospects for his return to action on the court. So typically an ACL recovery time is 8 to 12 months. So that time frame puts us somewhere between December of 2021 and April of 2022 as a possible return date. And of course, the NBA season, just like this season, may be shifted to later in the calendar year. So this is not necessarily Jamal Murray missing an extremely long amount of time in the 2021-2022 season. It just depends on when they decide to start the season and how soon into this recovery time. Again, this is a 4-month difference between December and April. But then, of course, him getting back healthy is different from him getting back into what he was currently, which was an all-NBA, certainly an all-star caliber player for the Nuggets. He has to get back into basketball shape and the groove of playing. Of course, Denver runs a really strict offensive system and are very disciplined defensively. So it's not just your average NBA team. He has to be in really good shape and really into the rhythm of how this team plays. Of course, Jamal Murray is only 24 years old, and this is his first major injury of note, so hopefully the recovery time is on the shorter end of that spectrum, and he's also able to get back into the rhythm and groove and the speed of playing NBA basketball soon after that. So that was kind of looking at his timetable to return, and of course, all the things encompassing this Jamal Murray injury and the impact it will have throughout not just the remainder of the Nuggets season, but into this postseason, impact on the playoff race, of course, then the MVP race, and the start of next season. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What is the impact of this Jamal Murray injury, and what did you think of some of the takes I had in this video regarding that impact? Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you guys next time.